Hi everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So we're back at my kitchen table because we are going to do, we're going to attempt a little project. So I got some red velvet cake bars and some vanilla ice cream and extra cream cheese frosting if we need it, because we're going to attempt to redo my my red velvet cake bars into an ice cream cake. So I've cut out some bits of parchment and I got this very tiny loaf pan, and we're gonna line it because I wanna put it in the loaf pan to shape it. Then we're gonna put it in the freezer for it to, harden. And then when we're gonna take it out, to frost it and put it on a nice little display. Hopefully it'll work that way. So the first thing we need to do, I've got a couple bowls here. The first thing we need to do, I've had these in the refrigerator to try and keep them kind of firm to make it easier to remove the ice in. So it smells so good. So right there, this is a very dense and heavy, it's moist, but it's very dense. So let me reposition you so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, sorry about my production quality. So we're just gonna kind of work at getting the icing off. Do y'all call it frosting or icing? I generally refer to icing as something thinner, so I guess this would be more like frosting as far as, I just broke the bowl, that's okay. I'm using styrofoam bowl so I can piss off people on Twitter, all those self-righteous people. Okay, so that all came off pretty nicely. I'm gonna do the other one. And I'm not a baker, but I have done the whole Sandra Lee thing where I can take something and do a semi-homemade or redo it or whatever. I guess this isn't even really semi-homemade. I just want to stick my face in this bowl of frosting. Okay, so we got the frosting here. We're gonna set that aside. That is actually a ton of frosting. I may not need any of the extra I bought. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash this knife off with warm water to kind of warm it up a little bit. I'm gonna refill my chai. Okay, now the bar cake it's almost the same size as the loaf pan, but not exactly. So I'm just gonna kind of slice it in the middle here. And like kind of see if I can probably just kind of, oh no, it's perfect. It fits perfect, okay. So then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our vanilla ice cream that I've been leaving sitting out so it'll be a little easier to scoop. I'm just gonna try and cut it. I've made ice cream cakes before where I let the ice cream get to almost a soft serve temperature, and then I put it in a bag and pipe it in place, but then refreezing it doesn't turn out quite as nice. So we're gonna try it this way. So I've just softened it just a little bit. I use a spoon to get this over there. So here we go. We're gonna make a mess. I'm gonna use my hands. I may not even eat both of these cakes. I'm gonna put a good bit of ice cream in there. It's cold. The reason I got 2 cakes is because they were buy one, get one free. So we're gonna put the other piece over the top there. And honestly, I think that's it. I don't think I need the other one. I might just kind of put some icing back on that and just set that aside or put it in the freezer. Okay, so I'm gonna put a piece of foil over this and we're gonna set it in the freezer for a couple hours for it to get good and firm, and then we're gonna turn it out on a nice plate and, sorry, got interrupted. We're gonna set it in the freezer for a few hours to let it firm up, then we're gonna turn it out onto a nice plate, and then we're going to frost it. Yeah. So, and I think we're gonna have plenty of icing, so. Anyway, so I'm gonna go cover this and get this in the freezer, and I'll be back in a couple hours, but to you, it'll just be like in the next shot. Okay, so it's been more than a couple hours, but I have my leftover, or not my leftover, I have the ice and I scraped off of it at room temperature, and I'm just kind of stirring it to get it, you know, nice and soft. I don't have an offset spatula, so this is gonna be not too fun to frost, but it has bits of cake in it, so it's kind of turning this pink color, which I think is fine. So, all right, so here is the cake. So there it is, it's quite firm. So we're just gonna work it out of here, and oh, it's gonna pop right out of there. Just like that, so that'll be nice. So pretty much just like that. And I got my little platter. Peel this off of here. I mean, some of it looks like a giant ice cream sandwich. So some of it's coming over the edge and all, but that's okay. So we're gonna lay some parchment around it to keep it neat while we ice it. And I wanna work fast because I don't want my ice cream to get all melty. But I still want it to get soft for serving, but I don't think anybody is up to eating anything right now because we just had a big lunch. Okay. So we'll just take this. Start. I don't think I will have to open the container of cream cheese frosting I purchased. It's just Duncan Hines because I think this is going to be plenty. I think what I might do, because in my opinion the cake is the best part, this leftover bar cake I have, I might take some of it and crumble it up and put the crumbs like on top of this. But I don't know, I might not need it. It looks really kind of interesting, I think, with frosting with all the cake bits in it. We'll see. Dadgummit. Now, I'm not a cake decorator, so it's not, you know, gonna be real fancy. I just wanted to, just something I wanted to do. Now I think we are going to take some of this leftover and just kind of just on the top. Just so in case anyone can't tell, it is red velvet. if I wanted to get really ambitious, I could put it around the edges, you know, around the corners to hide the messed up icing portions, but oh. Okay, that to keep it neat didn't really work out for me. Oh well. La-di-da. It'll still taste good. So there it is. Okay, it's not as pretty as I thought it would be. But we're gonna go ahead and cut through it here. That ice cream is pretty frozen solid. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I did have time to ice it better. Okay, so that looks pretty. There it is. And then since I don't have to have it on display, I just wanted to put it on the plate to see if I could make it look pretty, which we've proven I cannot. I saved the container and I went ahead and just put it back in there. It fits perfectly. It's gonna go in the freezer and it's ready for whenever anybody wants some.